Greetings to all the teachers, my friends, Bonila ma'am, Sasmita ma'am, and our honorable guest, Ms. Kasturi Savekar. International Women's Day is an annual event celebrated on 8th March to recognize the achievements and contributions of women towards the society, while also raising awareness about the issues and challenges that women face worldwide. Women have suffered a lot. Gender discrimination, violence, poverty, lack of lack of access towards education and basic rights. Whenever there is a war, men fight, men die, but woman lives and woman survives and woman suffers. That is the truth we can't deny. This day gives a great opportunity to think about the contributions of women and how we could create a better world for them. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasya 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 Namo Nama. Our civilization has had women as an extremely integral part of the culture. We all need Shakti as power. We all need Lakshmi as wealth. We all need Saraswati as knowledge. Then these intangible concepts have been given a divine feminine body. This entering of Lakshmi and Saraswati into the house is considered extremely auspicious by Bhartiya households. This raises a question. We, coming from culture which venerates women, how did we end up relegating women to the margins, denying them any learning or growth opportunities? This happened in the last 1000 years. And one more thing happened in the last 1000 years, which is the imposition of the colonization. The British and the Turkic Middle Eastern coloniality, which has entered nooks and crannies of our brain. The Turkic view about women was that of a commodity, and their action towards women were the same, like how you treat a commodity. And this ideology infused with our ideologies and resulted in towards detriment of womanhood. The man works and woman raises kids. The man is independent and woman is dependent. The man is strong, woman is weak. Man can study but woman cannot. This was the status of woman in the Victorian era in England, 1831 to 1901 in England. Is it possible? Their ideas about women infused with ours, given the heavy British influence in the politics of Bharat. Let's travel back to around 4500 to 5000 years ago, during the composition of Rig Veda. Many of the Vedic Suktas has been written by brilliant women poet. To name a few, Lopamudra, Maitreyi and Gargi. We all have heard about the praises of Usha, written by Vedic sages. This shows the level of our ancient Bhartiya civilization. The contribution of women in history of Bharat is extremely extensive. We have women who are warriors, Rani Lakshmibai, Tara Rani of Karveer. The place where we stand today exists because of Tarabai. We also have women who are great academically. Anandibai Joshi, the first woman doctor. Savitribai Phule, the first woman teacher. The list goes on and on. These women that I have listed did not have an easy path. The greatest hurdles they faced were their own people, their own society. The British were not the people who opposed her. It was us, the Indian society, which had the greatest opposition towards them. Now, when we look at what feminism demands, it is equal rights and equal opportunities for women in every sector, be it education, finance, healthcare, etc. I can firmly say that women in ancient Bharat were in a much better position and enjoyed a far greater freedom than women who live in modern times. I won't jump to conclusions, I would let you decide. Rigvedic women, the women who lived after Harappan civilization before the Puranic time, had the knowledge of Upayan, which means they were fully educated in the Gurukul system of education, which was Guru Shishya Parampara, which existed back then. This means they were fully educated and they had the proof of this is out of 128 suktas of Rigveda, 21 were written by women sages or women rishis. Ancient women also had rights which exceeded our times. For example, they had the right to choose their own husbands. In Vedic times, women chose their husband through social gathering called samana and later which turned to swayamvar. Now I will show you a picture. What do you see here? This, if a layman sees this, he would see a woman sitting at the feet of a man. This is patriarchy, right? This means this is a woman. How can a woman sit at the feet of a man? So, if this is patriarchy, then how would you explain this? A Kali standing and dancing on chest of Shiva. This is the complexity of our culture. This is how much matured and advanced our civilization was. These two pictures does not indicate if woman is great or man is great. This does not show the social strata of woman or man. This if anything, improves the standing of woman in a household. In the first picture, when Vishnu comes back from his avatar on earth, he comes back tired, which is the reason why he is sleeping, and the Lakshmi is massaging his feet. In the next image, it is Shiva who refuses to work. He is a yogi. He does not have to indulge into worldly matters. So Kali is urging him to work. So this is the importance of women in household. How much power they hold. And what do you see here? You see Ram, you see a man, and you see his wife beside. They both are standing in very elegant way with all the pride in the world and with all the etiquettes, and they are gods, right? So does that mean they are married? They are standing in very righteous way? Does that mean? Next. Does that mean they are not gods? Does that mean they are not worshipped equally? They are not married? They are not God? They are not kings and queens? They are dancing, they are singing. Does that mean they should not be worshipped? No, this again shows how much freedom is given for our choices, for every aspect of our life. This is the culture that we come from, but now we have somewhere been disconnected from it. And now what do you see here? There is a man and there is a woman. This can be considered in terms of modern scenario as well. This is Ardhanareshwar. Ardha Nari Ishwar. That means Ishwar, God, is half woman. This also has to be considered. This has great significance. Our culture was mature enough to understand homosexuality exists in nature. This is a recurrent theme that we see in Mahabharata as well, with the stories of Shikandi and Ardhanareshwar. So this was the level that we had achieved, but nowadays we are moving away from it. Thank you. It is an independent sovereign, and we do not have to follow what our colonizers have taught us. But the colonial consciousness still lingers in our mind till this day. What you can take away from this talk is you can introspect and think about how much what you perceive about women and culture derives from your own Indic roots and your own Indic value system and your own Indic epistemological systems, and how much of what you know is a result of what colonizers have taught you, a result of what colonial consciousness exists in your mind. We have a choice to make to elevate women to the lost glory they had in ancient Bharat. Let us fight the Rakta Beej, the lingering coloniality in our brains, like Durga, and move towards a decolonized and a better Bharat for women, where no woman can be restricted for anything due to the sheer rottenness that the society has become. I would like to end this with a translated shloka. O my mother, slayer of Madhu and Kaitab, O one who took the efforts to slay Mahishasur, O one who effortlessly slayed Gumralochan, destroyer of Chanda and Munda, the one who crushed the Danav Raktabij, leaving not a trace, the slayer of Shumba, the destroyer of Nishumba, O Durge, annihilate all my troubles this instant, and my namaskar to you, O Ambike. Thank you.